Well, good morning and thanks for joining us. It was a scary scene on the campus of the University of Oklahoma last night. 3 teens are in custody after a pursuit ends in a crash. It all started early Friday morning. We need to get to some breaking news happening overnight. Police are searching for a suspect who drove through multiple yards. She lives right by it all. And she said everything just keeps on shaking. Rattling. Everything's falling off her walls. And I know many of our viewers have the same story to tell. We are hearing that houses have been flattened. People have been trapped inside. Roof gone. Right next door to me, which we'll have better video coming up, that is the tornado shelter. Untouched, I was able to walk in. The tiles of the roof collapsed. All the trophies, though, safe and sound. Around 200 officers were on scene. This entire street was filled with red and blue lights. It's going to be the same 3-drug cocktail that was used for John Grant's execution in October. Now, there was 2 differences, the media and the DOC's reaction to the execution. There's about 300 people on this train. It's completely sold out. Take a look at this. We've got a full setup. We've got Thunder Girls. We've got David Brooks. We've got Jed. We're here in the Metro Tech kitchen. We're cooking up something special for 2 holidays. And we want to make sure that we're checking on our loved ones, especially when it's cold outside.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Jim, hey, thanks for joining us. Let's try one more time.
All right, throw it at her head.
Throw it at her head instead bold.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Step back.
Yeah.
Another strike. They're out.
That was great.
Yes, thank you.
That was fantastic.
Attending a brick and mortar school.
Erica Pinuel has 1 kid still in high school, but a possible rule change could disrupt his education.
If we lost this program, I think he would lose his confidence.
Pinuel says her son has excelled at Insight School of Oklahoma. It's an alternative education virtual charter school, the only one in the state.
He gets the same 6 credits. We just do it structured a little differently.
The virtual version of the alternative education allows students to learn by trimesters, take 3 to 5 classes daily, but it also gives students who necessarily do not excel in traditional school a second chance.
We have students that have anxiety or mental health or even physical health needs.
Jennifer Wilkinson, the executive director of Insight, says she has 1,100 students currently enrolled. The possible rule change would require that students must be physically present in person and on site in the alternative education program. Wilkinson says this change would leave her students finding a new path to education.
We had approximately 220 graduates last year.
The State Department of Education's press secretary says the board is only in the rulemaking process, that there are plans to listen to public comments that Pinuel says she has.
Why are you so dead set on parent choice, but now you're going to take away an option that parents could choose?
And the public hearing will be held Wednesday at 1:30 at the State Department of Education. Today, the Oklahoma skies crystal blue with a slight wind from the south. Not a bad day for a flight. Inside the First Baptist Church in Weatherford, men and women thanking the man who taught them how to dream.
The man with whom we come to honor today inspired me to dream beyond what was possible.
Dozens of astronauts and 2 of the 4 living moonwalkers gathered to pay respects to General Thomas Stafford. NASA's administrator, Senator Bill Nelson, said even at 93, Stafford had his mind in the sky.
I'll tell you, I received a weekly phone call from Tom to explain to me what I should be doing.
Stafford commanded the joint U.S.-Soviet mission that started an era of cooperation in space. Astronaut Charles Duke says the country is safer because of Stafford.
I couldn't imagine an Okie speaking Russian with an accent. But he mastered it.
Stafford visited space 4 times, flew miles away from the moon, and helped find the spot where Apollo 11 would land. Now in Weatherford, a museum marks the historic strides Stafford had during his career.
Heads of state, kings, queens, all of these people that he's met and had honors bestowed none of them meant more than the ones that his hometown gave him.
Max Ari, a longtime friend and the director of the Stafford Museum, says an entire row at the church was filled with Stafford's high school friends. Friends that watched an Oklahoman take his dream out of this world.
Goodbye, our friend. Godspeed, Tom Stafford.
And right across the street where Stafford was laid to rest, an elementary school named after him. According to his family and friends, it's his biggest honor. In Weatherford this evening, Tevis Hillis, Oklahoma's own News 9.
What a